Hello everybody, my name is Tyler Jenke, coming to you from my classroom where I teach high school students government and Missouri history here in central Missouri. This week's question I found very interesting. Why the concept of Western civilization is still relevant for today. Like many of you, I took Western Civ courses in my undergrad. I've taught those courses at the junior college level, dual credit level, that type of thing. And I didn't, until this moment, know that there was controversy surrounding that concept. I didn't realize it. And that may be my own inability to read the other side. But once this question was posed, I really went down that rabbit hole with why it is controversial. Things like racism, the degradation of the environment, all of these negative factors that came out of it. And so being asked, like, why is this concept still relevant? Well, to me, as I was doing research and things like that, the concept of Western civilization is still relevant in the contemporary due to the ability to provide the best and most comprehensive insight on global development. Many of the major developments, whether it's political or religious or technological, those all came from that Western civilization area. And so as I was reading others, like one of the assigned readings from Robert Royal, who put the West in Western civilization, taking a look at this question and where this idea came from was very interesting to me. And so for a lot of the readings that I picked through, they start with the Greeks and the Romans and how they really developed what a modern society looks like technologically and politically. Things like democracy and republic, also technologically, like things like the aqueducts, the idea of clean water, things like that, pumping water from a source somewhere else into your city. That technological advancement was then passed on. Eventually, obviously, we all know that the Dark Ages hit. But out of that, we saw the growth of Christianity, which is one of the most profound developments that we see in human history. It, according to Gerhard Mauser, one of the articles that I read, it gave a united purpose to Western civilization, humanity, and pushing for more. And through that, that's where you see the push then towards the age of discovery, the Enlightenment, kind of rethinking society, developing technology to be able to move humans even further throughout the globe, whether it was the purpose for finding treasure or monetary really reasons for moving forward, or was it religious, trying to spread the idea of Christianity. All of that again coming from Western civilization, another notch on that timeline as we move throughout. And then going and taking those concepts and moving into the revolutionary period, whether it's political revolution with the American or French revolutions, Haitian revolutions, things like that, or the Industrial Revolution, where we see, really both of them, the European and then eventually the American one, where we see this idea of technology. How do we make more? How do we move more things further? How do we make humans more productive? And all of that kind of grows into this idea of globalism, and then again the modern technology through electricity, and even today, where I often talk to my students about the concept of just communication making the planet, figuratively smaller. Looking at how the telegraph did that, eventually the telephone did that, the cell phone. Then you're moving towards the internet, and then social media, and then apps with social media. All of these advancements came from Western civilization. And so as I was researching all of this stuff, it's still relevant today because all of these advancements came from today. Certain things may have been started in other cultures or other parts of the world, but then when it hit the Western civilization area, that's where it exploded and became the importance of what we know today. And so, there's some negatives that came out of that. Slavery was a part of that, which led to racism, stuff like that. The degradation of the environment through the Industrial Revolution. But when you really look at the major advancements in human history, the idea of Western civilization is still extremely relevant. Thank you guys for the time. I can't wait to have a good semester with you all.